Big dogs, little dogs.
The Pacers-Knicks series of the 90s.
The king of basketball, Indiana, comes shining through.
A plot so good, they made it into a movie.
I wanted to bring a little bit of pizzazz in Hollywood to Indiana.
But a year after the premiere of Winning Time, a 90s sequel is in order.
The series with the Bulls were the most memorable.
And with the two teams meeting in the playoffs again, we present the film Spinning Time. Reggie Miller and Co. versus Chicago.
Everybody's a Michael Jordan fan, but for like a week or 2 weeks, I hated Michael Jordan when they were playing against the Pacers. Every other time, I liked him.
And back in the 80s, when the Pacers weren't very good and Michael Jordan was arriving on the scene, there would be a huge Bulls contingent at Market Square Arena, and that would just anger the Pacer fans, so you had a great atmosphere.
And that only grew when Chicago began winning NBA titles in the early 90s. And the Pacers started becoming competitive for one.
You had games like when Reggie and Michael got into that little scuffle and Jordan was choking them, and you had games when Chuck Person kicked the ball in the stands up there. You had Reggie Miller taking that bow at center court after hitting what he thought was a game-winning shot up there. So you had as many moments with the Bulls as the Pacers did really with the Knicks in Madison Square Garden.
But the rivalry came to a head in 1998 when the two-time champion Bulls met the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I wasn't a Jordan fan at that time. I think I'd take all the posters down out of my room for a few weeks.
It was the best playoff series I ever covered, and that includes the finals 2 years later.
After the Bulls won the first two games of the series, the Pacers had a Memorial Day weekend to remember. They collected back-to-back two-point victories, the last of which was clinched on Reggie Miller's win and spin.
Perfect timing, perfect place, and Reggie just turned and shot it. And it was just a blur from there because it was so loud in there.
And just like with the Knicks, the excitement hit its peak before Game 7.
The Pacers arrived at the United Center already in uniform, which is really unusual. And it just gave the appearance of, man, these guys are ready to play. And then they went out and played a great game. They were up double figures in the first half.
But unlike the Knicks series, winning time never came. The Bulls pulled away late for a 5-point victory, one of the 6 games in the series decided by 6 points or less.
Couldn't win it at the end. Jordan was drawing fouls, getting in the lane.
I remember being so mad watching those games, being a Pacer fan.
After 13 years, the opportunity to make spinning time, winning time against the Bulls is upon the Pacers.
They're a very competitive team, and nobody would be surprised to see them in the finals now. The Pacers obviously need a few more years, but they're finally taking steps.